Hey Wes, how's it going? I'm going to be reviewing your website, thedeependdesign.com. And everything looks pretty good. You know, from a designer's perspective, it's definitely good. You got some nice clear call to actions, be able to see your portfolio, get a quote. But one thing that, you may want to consider, as I go through this is just, trying to really maybe survey your audience or the people who are visiting there and really try to find out what they're looking for and try to really answer those. Because you're doing a lot of, great stuff, and obviously you've been doing this for a while and you're really focused on, the small by design with big agency capabilities. And that's all really good, but it's really is kind of super high level. And that might be good for your agencies, but this is all my opinion. So as I arrive here, what I first do is I go and I actually resize the page to a small monitor size, because majority of people who might be actually hiring your services, they still use actually old monitors. So this is probably the way that majority of people actually see it, like this. And all this stuff is all nice, but it does get a little busy and hard to see. And as I arrive down here, you're kind of forcing people to watch that video. And that might be okay for you, but you really have to survey your audience and your potential clients to see if they really want to do that. Because this is all good right here, but your real unique value proposition is down here. We offer custom WordPress design, web design, logo. That's what your real unique value proposition is. And you have to really determine how that affects you to get people what they want to do. Yeah, sure, you offer web design and web development, logo design and that, but what's different about you and hiring some of the big agencies? All the big agencies do all this stuff. Really, what are you trying to do? And I don't think you really answer that until you go to this other web design section, intuitive, user-friendly web design. You're based in Los Angeles. So I think those are some differentiators. As I make it big here, we can walk through this a little bit detailed. But overall, I don't have any problems with the site. Obviously you've been doing this for a while, as I said. But what I did find is a couple things. Clicking on About Us. Also, there's always a little HTML problems here. When I always click on here, instead of the div or being highlighted, I would definitely, code it so the A is actually highlighted. I noticed that here when I click on About Us in the navigation. And let me just show you one other place. If I go to here, see the work, just these little fine-tuned details. I can't click on that because you're making the div go highlighted instead of just the A. Like you can click on that, but you can't click on that. Just these little things that might annoy the client that I've definitely seen. As I go to About Us. On this page, having the video is fine, but I would certainly just put a picture of you guys there. Put a picture of you with kind of a large quote that, explains exactly what you do, because you're forcing people to read all this stuff right here and then watch a video. And those two things are both friction focused. You should have a nice clean picture of you right there with maybe some examples, because all you're doing is forcing people to always get a quote. About Us, should lead people to the success stories page. About Us should lead people to the portfolio type of page. It should say down here, web development, logo design, graphic design, and lead people to those portfolio areas. Because since you are showing some of that stuff, coming off the homepage, more than likely potential clients will want to see these type of examples. And I think this Our Work section can get a little bit confusing. Web design by the deep end. I think it needs to. Some of the areas I definitely got confused of where I was. Nothing was clear. Like I don't really know that I'm on the web design section yet. If I go to logo and branding, does it do the same thing? So yeah, the only thing that really changes right here, and that might be apparent to you, but I would definitely start to survey your potential clients, because this makes a lot more sense than, yeah, like you don't know that you're on the web design versus the logo section is my example, and maybe putting a big header up here that says web design or something out, making it a little bit more apparent, I think would definitely help. Also on contact. Is it contact? Yeah. Have questions ready to dive in. This is definitely, minor, but, this is, easy to understand that people can contact you, but I would give them reasons of why they're contacting you. They're contacting you for a potential quote. They're contacting you for questions. They're contacting you just to connect with you. They're contacting you to be a guest on your podcast. Whatever it is, I think you need to give reasons of why people should actually be contacting you. You should test having this budget section or not having it there. I know that when I remove it, I actually get more leads than having it. And I try to figure out what their budget is through, connecting with them. But, that's something for you to try if you want to remove some of the people. And really the last thing is the fact that it's not responsive. I definitely would recommend, especially in the new year, making the site responsive. If I bring it up in an Android simulator or iPhone simulator, this is the way it looks. Everything is super small. It's kind of hard to click. Imagine trying to do this with your finger. I'm sure you have after you thought about this. But overall, great design. I think you just need a little bit of fine tuning in your target audience, survey your audience, and I hope this is helpful. Thanks a lot, Wes. I'll check out your podcast later.